yourself. Who the fuck do you think I am? You ain't married to no average bitch, boy. You can watch my fat ass twist, boy. As I bounce to the next day, boy. And keep your money. I got my own. Keep a bigger smile on my face. Being alone, bad motherfucker. God complex. Motivate your ass. Call me Malcolm X. You're operator or innovator. Fuck you, hater. You can't recreate, I know. You'll never recreate, I know. We just gotta let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, baby. You just gotta let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be,
You hurt yourself, don't hurt yourself. When you diss me, you diss yourself. Don't hurt yourself. You hurt me, you hurt yourself, don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. When you love me, you love yourself. Love God herself.
I am the dragon, breathe the fire. Beautiful man, I'm the lion. Beautiful man, I know you're lying. I am not broken, I'm not crying, I'm not crying. You ain't trying hard enough. You ain't loving hard enough. You don't love me deep enough. We're not reaching peaks enough. Blindly in love, I fucks with you till I realize I'm just too much for you. I'm just too much for you. You just gotta let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, baby. Hey, baby! Who the fuck do you think I am? I smell that fragrance on your Louis Vuitton, boy. Just give my fat ass a big kiss, boy. Tonight I'm fucking up all your shit, boy. You hurt yourself. Try not to hurt yourself. Will you play me? You play yourself. Don't play yourself. When you lie to me, you lie to yourself. You're only lying to yourself.
When you love me, you love yourself. Love God herself.
We just gotta let it be, 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 babe. This is your final warning. You know I give you life. If you try this shit again, you're gonna lose your wife.
R&B Love Songs features everything we love about R&B. From Beyonce to Tank, we're sure this station will take you there. Click here to listen now.
On my way, on my way, on my way down. On my way, on my way, on my way down. You were the one that was trying to keep me way down. But like the sun, no, you know I found my way down.
They tell me I should fix my grill cause I got money now. I ain't gonna sit around in front like I ain't thought about it. A perfect smile is more appealing, but it's funny how my shit is crooked. Look at how far I done got without it. I keep my twisted grill just to show the kids it's real. We ain't picture perfect, but we worth the picture still. I got smart, I got rich, and I got bitches still. And they all look like my eyebrows, thick as hell. Love yourself, girl, or nobody will. Though you a woman, I don't know how you deal with all the pressure to look impressive and go out in heels. I feel for you, killing yourself to find a man that'll kill for you. You wake up, put makeup on, stare in the mirror, but it's clear that you can't face what's wrong. No need to fix what God already put his paintbrush on. Your roommate yelling, why you gotta take so long? What it's like to have a crooked smile.
On my way, on my way down. On my way, on my way, on my way down.
This crooked smile.
You were the one that was trying to keep me way down. But like the sun, no, you know I found my way
so all the women with the flaws know it's hard, my darling. You wonder why you're lonely and your man's not calling. You keep falling, victim cause you're insecure. And when I tell you that you're beautiful, you can't be sure. Cause he don't seem to want you back and it's got you asking. So all you see is what you lack and not what you packing. Take it from a man that loves what you got. And baby girl, you a star, don't let him tell you you're not. Now is it real? Eyebrows, fingernails, hair, is it real? If it's not, girl, you don't care. Cause what's real is something that the eyes can't see, that the hands can't touch, that them bras can't be, and that's you. Never let them see your friend. And if you need a friend to pick you up, I'll be around. And we can ride with the windows down, the music loud. I can tell you ain't laughed in a while, but I wanna see that crooked smile.
I'm my way down. I'm my way down. You were the one that was trying to keep me way down. But like the sun, no, you know I'm from my way background.
Crooked smile with your style on them.
Background.
Crooked smile with your style on them.
You were the one that was trying to keep me way down. But like the sun, no, you know I'm from my way
We don't look nothing like them people on the screen. You know the movie stars, picture perfect beauty queens. But we got dreams and we got the right to chase them. Look at the nation, that's a crooked smile. Braces couldn't even straighten. Seem like half the race is either on probation or in jail. Wonder why we inhale, cause we inhale already. I ask if my skin pale, would I then sell like Eminem or Adele? Well, one more time for the veil. And fuck all of that beef shit, nigga, let's make a meal. Hey, officer, man, we don't want nobody getting killed. Just open up that cell, let my brother out of jail. I got money for the bill now, and well now. If you're asking, will I tell now? Hey, hell nah, I ain't snitching, cuz man, they get them niggas stitches now. If you was around and you wouldn't need a witness now. How you like this crooked smile?
I'm my way down. I'm my way down.
That crooked
You
smile.
were the one that was trying to keep me way down. But like the sun, no, you know I'm from my way background.
Crooked smile with your style on them. Crooked smile with your style on them.
You were the one that was trying to keep me way down. But like the sun, no, you know I'm from my way background. I see it clear, my heart is here. We got each other, let's take it from there. And if I could, I'd love you forever and time. Oh, what we've been through, no one else knows. Cause all that matters is how far this goes. And it will go until it starts again. And you, I feel like armor. Nothing can stop love from loving on us. And I'm not asking for much, just a couple of forevers. A couple of forevers. I'm the only one, you're the only one. Together till never.
all it needs is.
You know what? He might have me on the
Norm. What number says you on? Because I can't hear her.
She's not plugging to right. We got the other ones. The other.
This one's not working because I don't have that outlet.
How does this
I can't
go?
plug in that way.
That's the camera watching y'all. This one right here.
It would.
You're the only one.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Vanzant, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
All right. Hey. Hello. Is my mic on? I think it is.
My mic sounds nice. There we go.
Okay, all right. Welcome to BKS1 Radio. This is the Owl Show. It is your girl, Chanel, and I am sitting here with Miss Queen B. If you guys were just watching on WBKS1.com, watching this via YouTube, if you just tuned in via Facebook, if you're watching my Instagram right now, or if you can only listen to us on TuneIn, you guys just rocked out to the sounds of DJ Sassy for the last 20 minutes or so. First and foremost, welcome back, DJ Sassy. Can we clap her up?
Missed her.
Sassy, we missed you. You on?
Hello.
You on?
Hello.
You on?
Is anybody there?
We here.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm here.
Yeah.
God is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. All the time.
All the time.
God is
Amen.
good. Amen.
Amens.
Amen.
Amens.
But we missed you, Sassy.
I missed you all.
I
did.
You did?
But as you know, I was going through a little something.
Yes.
All good.
I lost one of my favorite cousins.
Yes.
May he rest peacefully.
Yes.
Right? A real community guy.
Yeah.
Loved by many.
All right.
Was
Cancer
he a
is
police
tough.
officer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A retired police officer.
Yeah.
Very community oriented. I come from a family of police officers.
Right.
You, Sassy?
Yes.
No, I'm just playing.
And why do people always assume I'm a cop?
You
right?
be like, look, you be like,
Sassy?
You're a cop, right? No.
Because you got that nonsense.
I got
type.
that look, right?
Your resting face
I
is
think
like
I'm about to be a cop, though.
Yeah.
I'm about to rush you
about
right
to do
now.
that?
That's right.
You about to switch on over.
I'm about to switch
Education
on over.
is done.
Done.
These kids done learned enough.
It ain't done. Stop
Look,
it.
these kids done learned enough. They good.
Well, put it this way. I'm going to transition into something else, but there's always like the college level.
You should be a professor. I was about to say that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
You really should.
Really?
You
I'm
would.
thinking about it.
What you
should
going
be
to
good
teach?
with that.
Well, my background is special education.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it will either be special education
Help some of our
or
friends. They'll just play.
No, you're so stupid.
or educational leadership, one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking into it.
All
All
right.
right. Listen, that sounds good. And you just did the breast cancer walk on Sunday.
I did, which
Okay.
I thought started at 9, but started at 10.
Well, you were in Newark, right?
Yeah.
So it was CP time.
No, they actually started at 10.
Oh, okay.
But I thought it started at 9.
Okay, that's
So
all
I was
right.
going to do 9 to 10.
But I knew it was gonna. When
and
you
then
said,
hustle on up.
No, but I said
No,
that.
no,
I said
you
when
were
you
fine.
when you said you were doing the breast cancer walk, I said first of all that one is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah,
in-
and
So
in
you
Newark.
ain't
sorority
running
does
over
it.
nobody. You ain't.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is it is what it is.
That one is a 5K too, right?
I have no idea. I just do the walking.
You know
But the thing is, I
Okay.
knew. I was like, because it's too much.
Yeah.
So I called
even
you
get
guys
out.
at like what? Like 12
Yeah.
something?
You called us when we were leaving the walk. I was like, it's okay, we're done.
I was like, I'm not going to make
Yeah.
it.
No, we knew that.
I figured that.
But shout out to DJ KT The Voice. So everybody who watches the show, DJ KT was there. She made it out. She walked with us.
She was
we
tired
made it
and
through.
all, but
she was
she
tired,
made
but
it
you know we
through.
made it through, so it was good.
I saw all the photos.
Did
Yes.
you?
I liked them all.
You had
You
yes,
did?
you had a
Like,
great
yes.
time.
Yeah, it was a good
Everybody
walk,
in their
right?
blue.
Yes.
Yes. It
You
was a
know
good
what's
walk.
funny is I did not realize that the autism walk was so big.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know. Like I
Well, that
came
was
out
just
and I was
one of
like,
many.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting there like, whoa.
So
Like,
I usually do the autism bike ride.
Shut up, they got bikes too?
Yeah. And so there are different levels.
Okay.
So you have the family level where you can bring all the babies and you guys ride around a little circle.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Do
All right.
family things.
Yeah.
And then you have the 25 mile,
Ooh.
the 50 mile,
Ooh.
and the 100 mile.
I'm gonna be on the family level.
You gonna be on the family
Yeah.
level?
Mhm, with the babies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when it comes up, I'll let you guys know, but I'll probably do the 100 mile. I did the 50 before, and I'll probably do the 100 mile, which is it's cool.
Good for you, Sassy.
Well, you're
I
an
know, right?
athlete. You should do a
You
100
should.
miles.
You should.
I'm gonna be with them and the babies. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the babies.
Me too.
Alright.
I'm
Yeah,
babysitting.
because I mean the babies need to be watched.
Yeah.
Right?
You know?
They need
Nah, I'm not.
support.
They need support.
Yeah.
And you just go around
Support the children.
Nah, I don't
as many
see it.
times as you like.
I don't see. Yep.
Yeah.
If that's
I'm gonna go
once,
around right with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
One and then sit down and
Yeah.
then
Right.
you can pass out water.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Help
don't
them on their little
really
look.
see what's
Yes,
wrong with
absolutely.
You got your training
Push
wheels?
somebody
Like,
with
I
the
wanna-
training
I want to
wheels.
be.
Make sure the helmet is on
knee
tight.
pads,
Right.
knee pads.
Yeah,
It's a lot
knee
to do.
pads. Knee
Yeah.
It's a lot
pads.
to do.
You gotta help the children.
You gotta
Nope.
help the
That's what it's
children.
about.
I am not
Right,
doing
right.
the 50.
That's what it's about.
Right.
Okay.
So while y'all do the kids, I'll do the 100.
Listen.
Do
It's
you.
all the same.
Right.
You
Sorry.
know?
I just need that chafing butter.
Yes, you will if you ride a bike for 100 miles. girl.
Exactly.
Bye.
Absolutely.
I'm not doing it, but you got
That's
it.
the only downfall.
Okay.
Be
Well,
chafed up.
Either way, like I said, Sassy, we missed you. We missed you
Katrina
here in
said she
studio.
missed you.
So we are very happy that you were back with us this week.
Oh,
And-
Katrina.
I appreciate the love. It's
And-
glad to be back.
Yeah.
Yes, so we
I am
can
glad to
we
be
can
back.
laugh like we normally do.
I need
and-
some laughter. Did you see my last post?
Yes, we did.
I
Yes,
wanna
we did.
laugh.
I've been seeing your post for
Yeah.
now.
I just want to laugh. You know that real
That
Queen, you
hearty
know what
laugh?
I'm talking about.
I'm just
Well, listen, I know what you're talking about. Norm, Sassy need to laugh. Can you come
Yeah.
show her your jump shot?
that laugh where your
So that-
stomach
that
hurt,
hook
that
your
hook-
stomach is in knots,
that you do so well.
yeah.
and the tears
Yeah,
just keep
the one-
coming
the
out
official
your
one
face.
where you
that's
say
gonna-
you could beat
that
her
one
in
that's gonna get
basketball.
her. No.
Yeah, oh yeah, that one. That
one
yeah.
she can't hop up
Show
to
her
get
that
that.
one. Yeah.
Nope.
There were brothers there that was 6'5", was like
Sassy.
money.
Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know what we're talking
This
about
is a
right
battle
now,
here.
we are actually going to have a BKS1 Radio basketball tournament, right?
6'5" and garbage.
so Sassy, who used to be in the
Height
WNBA,
has nothing to do with anything.
doesn't?
Oh, absolutely not.
Is it the knees?
I'm
Like,
just going to put this out there.
What
Spud
is it?
Webb.
okay, right.
All right. Spud
about
was
him?
like this big
All right. 2'5",
and jumped over everybody.
2'5". He was 2'5",
Right.
and he jumped over everybody.
Muggsy Bogues. So stop telling me about people that are 6'5".
Okay, Norm.
He said
'Cause
he
it
got
means
hops.
absolutely
He gotta let
nothing.
you know.
But
Once upon a time. I need you to articulate the entire statement. Once upon a time, I had hops.
He says that. He did say that.
Once upon a time.
You said that.
So what is that doing for you today? Because I still have hops.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Oh, see, I like that. Look.
Oh. Did you see? You heard her?
She go get it.
Listen, are we starting the tournament
Go
now?
get it.
Did he put $1 where his mouth is? $1?
Hold up. Where my money at?
Let's make it happen, okay? That's $1 billion
$1 billion
lottery ticket right there. Times 7.
Look.
2 pounds. Hold up.
That's all I got.
Whatever's on there. Let's go. Let's go. This about $1,000 right here. You ain't said nothing but a word. That's called confidence. Matter of fact, I think that's my dollar on the floor. I'm gonna take it anyway. I'm gonna take your dollars and mine.
Listen. For everybody who doesn't know, as soon as we have the date for this basketball tournament, I'm expecting everybody to make sure y'all are in the building.
He is not allowed to get my friends to play on his team.
No WNBA.
I done talked to Rita already. She was like, no go. She commented on the post. I posted it that night.
Who did you call? Who did you call?
Rita, because he said, let me call Rita.
Who did Rita used to
You
play
ain't fair
for?
though. You ain't right.
See, that wasn't
Hold up.
Who did Rita play for?
Are you?
No,
I'm on your team.
side.
I'm on your team, Sassy. But
I'm
who did Rita
confused
play
right
for?
now.
I'm on your side.
I'm on Sassy team. I've been on Sassy team from the beginning. Listen, I've been on Sassy team from the beginning.
What you said to Rita?
Rita said, no, you cannot get any of my girls on your team.
Only WNBA players are on Sassy's team. You
No,
can't
that ain't
get
right.
none.
Rita need a favor from me in December, so let me see.
You know what?
Okay.
Listen,
All
everybody.
right.
She gonna be in there like.
All right, so for everybody who is tuning in, as soon as we have this basketball tournament together, hopefully everybody can come out and buy some tickets and enjoy BKS1 Radio staff as we play
I'm going to tear him
basketball.
out the front.
You know
I'm not
we're
playing
goofy.
anything,
I'm
but
going to run
you know.
circles
She gonna be the
around
cheerleader.
you.
Listen, I'm going to be a cheerleader. So,
All right, let's get to business.
You
'cause
ready?
y'all playing.
all right, you ready? All right, this is to be continued, everybody. This is to be continued.
It's called Ben Gay. Geritol.
All right, everybody.
Them old remedies.
Right. So, okay, listen. We are here. This is BKS1 Radio. This is the Owl Show. We were just clowning for a minute,
Yes.
but we are definitely having a basketball tournament with BKS1 Radio staff and a few extra guests. So hopefully you guys will come out to that. We'll give you guys the dates for that. As for this weekend, we normally, Queen Bee, you good? We haven't seen you since last Tuesday. You good? You straight?
No, I'm great. I just wanted to real quick take care of some business.
Go ahead.
Donald Van Blake Tennis and Education Foundation, 2nd annual fundraiser.
Sorry.
I wanted to shout that out. Thank you so much. It's on Saturday, December 8th, and I really want to support that.
Okay.
I
Say it one more time. I was trying to fix our camera.
Yes,
Go
so
ahead.
Donald Van Blake Tennis and Education Foundation 2nd annual fundraiser is celebrating the life and legacy of
Mr. Van Blake.
Mr. Van Blake.
Didn't we just see him
Remember,
at
he
the
used to be like,
diner?
yes,
Right
so I'm
before
at
he
the diner.
passed, yeah.
So it's at the Buff, 403 West 7th Street, Plainfield, and I actually want us to support it.
Okay.
Because that's our, we are P-Funk.
Let me tell you what used to happen when I played tennis, right? Because I ain't really play.
I really don't want to.
Like, I ain't really play. I just took lessons. So if you lost, if you were on the losing team, you had to run around the net like 5 times. My mother was like, every time I came to pick you up, y'all was running around that daggone net. We lost every time.
Now,
every day.
My brother Merle played.
I'm not a tennis player.
My brother Merle played.
I'm
I have a cousin that actually plays, and he's very, very, very good. Like top, like number one, Leonte. So that's why I want to support.
Okay.
Okay. And let us do our thing. So we're gonna donate to them.
Okay.
And we want everybody else to donate as well. Mr. Van Blake was a great
Yeah, he was a wonderful
man.
guy. And like I
Was
said,
a great
we
man.
honestly just saw him at the diner right
Yes.
before he passed.
Literally.
Literally, like a couple
Park Ave
days.
Diner. Yep.
Yeah, a couple days before he passed. So,
Yep.
may he rest in peace.
So that's all. That's mine.
That's your business for
Yes,
today?
my business.
Okay. Let's see. Thank you to everybody who donated to the autism walk that we actually did just this past Sunday. So we did a 5K we raised a good amount of money. So it was an absolutely great event. We had the team out. The Out Show team was in the building. We had a few extra people that joined the team. We did the 5K. It was cold on Sunday morning, but we were out there. We got it through. We got it done. We made it through. It was a great event. It was for a great cause, and we just thank you to everybody that donated, because there was so many people that actually donated, whether you donated via our Facebook link or whether you donated directly to the autism link. We just want to thank you guys for always supporting us and always coming through. Some more business. Thanksgiving morning, the Out Show team will be doing will be giving back and feeding the homeless as well. So we just want to make sure anybody who wants to join us with that, we'll give you some more details before Thanksgiving morning.
So breakfast.
Right.
For all those in need. We will be doing that.
Right. Thanksgiving morning. Also, and some fun stuff. You know, we're always doing a lot of charity work, and we're always doing a lot of events where we're focused on, whether it's our women's conference or our Mars Venus events or trying to find people love with speed dating events. But we just, you know what, we really just, honestly, we just want to have some fun. So we are definitely going to be having a holiday party that is going to be coming up in December.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that. We will give you guys details. And we just want to, you know, have a holiday party and just say thank you for everybody who has supported us in all of our events throughout the entire year. So we're going to give you guys some details on that. Norm, when is the next open mic event?
Maybe the 30th, November 30th.
Okay.
All right. Make sure for everybody who came out to the last Who Owns the Mic event, make sure you stay tuned, because we have another one coming up on November 30th. Queen B and I hosted this one. Actually, we hosted the last
one,
3.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, make sure you guys come out. Who Owns the Mic event?
They can sing.
It's a great event.
People that
come out.
It was real hard this time,
They
right?
sing. They do spoken word.
It was really hard this time.
They do.
And I'll be announcing my return to the league.
You know what? You know.
Oh God, I can't.
That's not happening.
I can't.
But in the meantime, yes.
Oh my word.
So it's spoken word. It is singing. It is clean rap.
Clean rap. Yes.
So whatever it is that you do, make sure you guys sign up with us for that. DM me, DM Queen B, or go to the BKS1 Radio or the Out Show page and make sure you guys get on that,
win
because
money,
it's a lot
so
of fun.
listen.
You win money. It's great. We're hosting. We're gonna have a great time. There's food. There's always
there's
food.
always food.
So make sure you guys come out for that. Is that it?
That is it.
Is that business
That's it.
between
Let's
now
get
and the
to
end of the year?
Yes.
I feel like
It
it
should be-
is.
No, I think so.
Is that enough?
No, because
Thanks.
you always put stuff on
Stop!
me.
Don't
I
do
think
that.
That's it.
No. Give back.
That's
Okay. Thanksgiving. Okay.
All right.
Have fun.
Toy drive. We're doing a toy drive.
Okay.
Yes.
What she said.
We're doing a toy drive for Christmas for the
Okay.
tots.
Okay.
We're doing that.
All right. What she said. Is that it?
That's it.
We'll have no more
Let's
events.
get to our guest. No. Nope.
I feel like I want to have another event.
No, I'm not.
I feel like
No.
That's just how I feel though. Like whatever. All right.
It'll be the OWW show. The HH, I'm out.
You out?
I'm out.
Anyway,
You always got me doing something.
whatever. Okay.
All right.
We'll let you guys know where we're going to be in the coming weeks. Also, stay tuned. See? You don't be everybody, make sure you look out for the announcement for this weekend, because the Out Show team here was on the web series No Sleep Till 40.
right.
We have a cameo appearance that is coming out Saturday.
Yes.
That's coming out on Saturday. So we had our little acting.
Sassy, did you watch the first episode?
Okay, we'll
That
come back to
Sassy
that.
is really funny.
We're gonna come back to that.
It's us. You gotta watch.
You gotta
it.
watch
Catch up.
All right.
Okay, so the next episode that Queen B and I had the pleasure of acting in comes out on Saturday. So you get to see
It's
us.
called No Sleep Till
in
40
our element.
web episode, and it's really, really funny.
It's funny. It's
We're
funny.
ourselves. We literally
play
act ourselves.
So
it's
we-
really
we
funny.
play ourselves.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's hilarious. So that comes
We
out.
be
on
acting.
That
we
So
be
that-
acting.
and stuff.
Well, she be acting.
You gotta say in stuff.
And stuff.
And stuff.
And
Okay.
stuff.
So that comes out on Saturday, everybody. Where else is the Out Show team? Is that it now?
Come on.
Shout out to Ayanla Van Zant. Okay.
We had a wonderful, wonderful,
See?
wonderful event this weekend. Life Hope. It was actually a great event. Hezekiah
Yes.
Walker was there.
Yes.
JJ Harrison was there.
Yes. Okay.
And Donald Lawrence. They all tore the roof up.
All
and I got to hug my auntie,
Okay.
Ayanla.
Okay.
And tell
Shout
her I
out to
love
Ayanla.
her. So shout out to her.
All right. Okay, now
That's
I'll
it.
be done.
Done.
I feel like I need to get everybody up to speed on what we've been doing,
All
what's
right.
going on, what's coming down.
We
the
always
pike.
working.
Always working. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Now we can get down to what's going on
Down
today.
to
See? Now you can focus on what's in front of you right now because we have some amazing people who are actually in the studio with us right now, everybody. So, everybody knows because we just mentioned it again that we did the autism walk on Sunday morning. So that was the Union County Autism Speaks walk, and we were raising money for autism research, which we did well with that. But we wanted to bring some wonderful people in studio just to help us understand more exactly what we were raising money for, and what is autism research entails, and you take
The
it from here.
policies
Go ahead.
behind it.
Yeah, go ahead.
The advocate work that they do
Right.
behind the scenes.
Yes.
We don't know, I just want to talk to y'all because I want to throw out anything that I know. We know certain things like, we raise money. Okay. We know that there are like different types of autism.
There's a spectrum.
Yeah, there's a spectrum. So there we know that there's different. We know that the common things we know. Sometimes people are diagnosed late.
Yeah.
What I did realize is that when you are diagnosed when you're young, you do become an adult, and people kind of forget about all of the young people that the needs of those who are autistic when they become adults. It's almost like, where do they get help from? Where do they get support from? Where's the research at? And I just wanted to kind of delve into that a little bit and just kind of throw out what I know and teach you
All right, well,
something
then
today.
introduce our guest. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so we have the husband and wife team.
Yay.
And Phil. And Safir Jenkins.
All right, woo!
Yes.
Can we clap them up, everybody? Can we clap them up? That's their picture on the screen, everybody,
Yes.
and they are. They are right here in the studio with us. Okay, that's what we playing for them. All right.
You don't know.
That's classic. That's vintage.
That's right. That's
not
vintage. Yes.
Well, first and foremost, welcome to the show. Welcome to the studio, and thank you for being here to talk about such an important topic with us today. So, we just want to get started. So, Queen B threw out, I guess, general knowledge of what most people know about autism and autism research. So, I want to start with, what is it exactly that you guys do?
Sure. Okay.
Because I know you guys are on two different.
We are
different, but you guys come together. So.
Yes, we're on two different. What?
Focus.
Oh,
we have
focus.
two different.
Okay. Indeed.
Yes.
Yes. So go ahead.
Well, what we do together is we run a parent-led district-wide organization called NORC CPAC. And so what that stands for is NORC Special Education Parent Advisory Council. And so what we do with that group is we engage all the parents of the district where their child has any kind of special needs, where they have an IEP, a 504, a mental health condition, anything that warrants them to have extra services.
Okay.
And so we advocate for those students to have exactly what they need. And so we find out, is it a systemic issue? We advocate to the district officials and the board so that we can make those improvements.
Okay.
And so it's a lot of work.
Okay.
But you know what? We have a 5-year-old, and we've been doing it for 2 years since he was enrolled into McKinley School.
That's what I wanted to get
And
into
so
your story with
when
it
that
too.
When that happened, we came in contact with just some like horrors. And so it was like things that the school was okay, but the standards were so subpar.
Right.
And I said, Say it you know again. what? We Say that gotta part get again. involved. Yeah, the standards were so subpar that, I went to a meeting. I was invited to a meeting. They said, oh, we're going to have a parent group, whatever. So I go. It's my first time at the meeting. My son just got enrolled. And so they're like, well, who would like to be president? And so I'm looking around like, obviously not me. I don't want to be president. I just got here. No one raised their hand. Again, I was like, all right, well, I'll do it because
I just felt a sense of urgency.
Right.
Because what my son was dealing with, like they were not communicating with me. It was such a disrespectful atmosphere.
Okay.
For a child that's nonverbal,
Right.
3 years old, going into a school where kids go grade and the teacher doesn't communicate effectively. There was just a number of things that wasn't happening. I never got communicated with from the people that were supposed to provide him related services,
Right.
such as speech therapy, occupational therapy. So I'm saying, well, he must not be getting these things because why haven't I been communicated with?
Right.
So that's when we got involved. I raised my hand. They said, okay, you, right? So they picked me and they picked 2 other people. Okay, you guys are going to be the leaders. And I just took it very seriously at that point and researched, well, what is this group supposed to do?
Okay.
Educated myself on it. Brought my husband in because he's highly skilled,
Yes.
a highly skilled professional. Dragged him on in, because he's a tech person with a lot of skills. And I saw nobody was taking it seriously. So we got on it, and now we pulled the team together. And so we work very hard. Like our meeting is actually this Thursday.
Okay.
And so we pull parents from every school, and we're getting liaisons from every school. So that's why I'm happy to see DJ Sassy. Special education. I'm like, woo woo.
Yeah.
Because we're rallying, and we have gotten some. I'm gonna let Safia talk about some of the successes that we've had within this past year.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, as part of our responsibilities, we consider them responsibilities, but truly they're our duty to all the students who either have an IEP or a 504 plan.
Right.
I want to talk a bit about what that is because it sort of was glossed over really quickly. An IEP is an individualized education plan.
Okay.
So for any student who has identified with special needs or is in need of special education services, they can be issued an IEP or a 504 plan. The IEP essentially outlines all of the services that student should receive as part of their education.
Okay.
As she mentioned, some include speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and the CPAC is, as she stated, the Special Education Parent Advisory Council. So it doesn't encompass autism, but all of the special needs, any disabilities as often referred to. We prefer to call the children exceptional. So they have exceptional needs.
I love it. Okay.
I like to use positive language.
Absolutely.
Because when I'm advocating for a child or for a group of children or for any person with any kind of difference, I look at it as Einstein would have been considered special education.
Right, because it includes the gifted.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's not just the disabled or those that are challenged
limited,
or struggling per se. It also includes those individuals that are very gifted.
Right.
But a lot of times those students that are very gifted, they are gifted maybe in one particular area, but then they lack in another area.
Okay.
Right.
So the spectrum includes the gifted and talented as well. And a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people discount it. Like, I ain't special because I was smart in this. Well, if you're talented in that way, that is a gift.
Okay.
And so that also comes under the umbrella.
Right.
So we need to take the stigma off of it that makes people believe that because you have a special need, it's in the negative.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's generally what
in
we
reality, we all have
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, like, our son, he happens to be quote unquote high functioning because he's verbal.
He is
highly
verbal.
trained,
Okay.
Now,
he reads. So, but that doesn't discount the fact that he has different things, like he has a sensory processing condition. So things affect him differently.
Okay.
So while like an experience that I have often, I have him out in the store somewhere. People may think he might be acting up. He's not acting up. He's responding to how he's being stimulated.
Right.
And it's to a different level than an average person. And so I have to be more understanding. I can't, pop up.
Right.
Because it could be lighting.
Right.
It could be lighting. Noise. It could be noise.
Wow.
So there are different variations of stimulants.
Right.
And that noise for a child with that challenge can come from a very far distance. And to the typical person, you may not recognize
but
it or
they
pay
will. They're
attention
in
to
tune to
but
that.
they hear it. It will stimulate them in certain
And
ways
they
and
react.
they respond.
Wow.
You know, so it's a challenge because, like she said, you know, the natural reaction is to discipline.
Yeah.
In reality, it should be to support, to
Right,
help
right.
navigate, and to enable and develop that child.
And there's another saying that if you met one person with autism, you met one person with autism because they were all
Different.
Yeah, wow.
Right.
different.
Absolutely.
You can't say like, oh, I know. We're not experts. We have a lot of experience
Okay.
with the condition, but we're definitely not experts because there's a lot to learn about it.
But you've always kind of done this though. Like
Right,
this
right, right.
is something.
Well,
And so
that
if
you
you
guys-
think about
yeah.
it, you can't really, you can call someone an expert about autism, but the truth of the matter is that
The
there's
journey
so much
is
that
ongoing.
unknown
It's
that-
ongoing learning.
Yeah, to excel in it is to know something that is not yet known to them.
Got you.
One of the biggest myths about autism
Okay.
is that an autistic child is automatically considered intellectually disabled.
No.
When in reality, that's not the
No,
case.
no, not at all.
So you can have autism, not have an intellectual disability. You could, as DJ Sassy mentioned, be a genius in many areas. You know, be gifted and talented, and still be considered autistic simply because of the underlying challenges that exist.
Now, I will tell you this because just growing up, in this, you know, we saw special ed. I have brothers that were in special ed, diagnosed with like ADHD, ADD, things like that. And what cognitively, nothing was wrong. It is some of them. I think back in the day they labeled it something else too. It was like he had a behavioral issue. It wasn't that he wasn't smart, but they kind of grouped everyone in the same.
We're fighting against that,
right?
too.
They kind of grouped everyone in the same, and it was just like, wait, you got him doing third grade work. He's in like the 6th grade, like he, you know, cognitive. So then they would actually be behind in reading and be behind because I felt like they didn't. Now this is going back to like the 80s and the 90s.
Not much has changed.
Really?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Wow. So that's what I do. I do remember that type of thing.
Right.
But wow.
Yeah, so, you know, each year we issue an annual report because throughout the year with all those parents that were engaging, we survey them. We ask the questions that are necessary to identify what challenges they're facing with the services that their child receives or even the communication that they receive or the lack thereof, or even their experience with something as simple as trying to gain access to the classroom. And so last year, after culminating all this information over the course of the school year, we issued an annual report, very exhaustive. I wish I had it with me to hand to you, but I'll email it to you.
Yes, please.
Because, you know, we certainly take no shorts when it comes to the kids. We spell it out. We put all of the necessary graphs in place to make it visually engaging to the reader so that they have a better understanding of what challenges exist. So that we can then make our recommendations about how to improve in that area for that school district.
Right.
And so one of the areas that we identified, as you mentioned with EBD classifications, right? These are the behavioral disabilities or emotional and behavioral disorders that often are classified for students. We identified an issue where there was not a positive school climate, or there wasn't a positive enough school climate. In fact, there wasn't a school climate program in order to focus on creating
That type of
a good school climate, right? So children with EBD classifications nationwide oftentimes have the highest levels of suicide rates. And so these are children who often also always or have faced higher levels of trauma in their childhood. And so when those two issues are not addressed at home and then they're not addressed in school, you have higher risks for the suicide. You have higher risks for developing dangers or
dependence on drugs or things like that.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so because that was overlooked, we made a big recommendation that there be instituted a school climate program in the district.
Now, what does that entail exactly?
So it entails, if you want to add some color to it, but I...
Right now, see, you know, I'm a fast forward.
All right, so it includes a very specific focus on addressing the trauma that exists in the children's homes or in their lives.
Okay.
What they come to school with.
Right, finding out that background, what's going on.
What's the story?
Right.
Okay.
Having systems in place so that those things that are identified can follow that child, so that everyone who's involved in teaching that child, developing that child, is aware of the challenges that exist. So that they can effectively address them and support them in every area of the school. And we are talking about everything from the principal to the janitor.
Right.
Right. The security guard to the teacher.
Right.
There really should be a commonality of action that is shared so that everyone can identify when there's a risk. If the child is responding to something because they've had traumatic experiences in the past, they can do so in an informed and meaningful way. So it includes this school climate program. It includes things like a
tiered system.
A tiered system of supports.
Okay.
A wraparound service model
Gotcha.
in the district, so that when you go to school, right, you're not only going to learn academia, but certainly you get emotional support. There's things that would also support the families of those students. So a wraparound model would be more like a community school.
Okay.
You know, so other things such as having teams in place, a counselor. What did you gave a perfect name?
What was it called? A compassion coach.
A compassion.
Nice.
Yes.
So they're just starting to implement it, and so that was our big win as a CPAG, a parent-led group, that we issued a report with recommendations, and that we met with the assistant superintendent in charge of support services a couple weeks ago, and he showed us what he's working on, and he's incorporated at least 3 or 4 of our recommendations.
But you would know, though, so it's important.
So,
Speak to them.
Yes.
Okay, so once upon a time, all these things did exist.
We heard.
Okay. So then this big
Cammy
came in
the
and wiped it
monster.
all out.
Right.
Wow.
Right? And I mean, all of these things existed. Right. And even if we were not called community schools at that time, that's how we functioned.
Right.
Right? So the upside is you guys.
Right.
That somebody actually, had enough compassion to sit in that meeting.
And took the time to,
and said, you know what? I'm new, but I'll do it.
Right.
Right? Awesome. The other piece is, and I challenge you to investigate, is one, case managers and child study team members are changing classifications just to move students out of schools. Right? So, for example, if in fact a school has a quote unquote a BD program,
right?
So that means that a lot of BD students and ED students will be sent to that location.
Right.
And a lot of school administrators don't want it, for one, and 2, become overwhelmed because it's hard to hire educators that want to work. They may want to work in special needs, but not necessarily BD.
Right.
Okay. And so what happens is, and a lot of the students are males. And so they get to this location, the school is overwhelmed, now they want to get them out. And so the quickest way to get them out is to change the IEP.
Wow.
Is to go in and illegally make changes.
Right. And you made a great point with that one word you just stated, illegally.
Illegally make changes.
So they do this in a very strategic fashion, and it's unfortunate that oftentimes parents are unaware of what their rights
Wow.
are. And so we also help to serve in that area because we provide meaningful data, we provide resources and presentations to parents so that they become avid learners about their own personal rights,
right?
So they can then be the best advocate for their
Two
child.
things: either they don't know their rights, they're just learning their rights, or they also have special needs,
right?
Which is another challenge.
We find that there's many parents
Right.
the child is receiving special education services, but they also have some sort of learning disability.
Right.
In which we embrace these parents.
And
We
they
embrace them.
also
We
need the
love them.
support.
Right. And so we love them even
Wow.
harder.
Right.
Because they have the type of commitment where they will show up.
They will show
over
up.
and over to support their child because
But they
they
just
know
don't know.
something
They
is
know the
wrong.
struggle. Right.
Yeah.
But they keep so
but
we,
they
we love those.
they don't know
We love
what
them.
to do or how to do, and they need to be walked through the process as well as the student.
Right.
Okay.
And
So-
I want to add a statistic to that because you just made a great point about them changing the IEP. IEP
Across
is
the
a-
district.
Across the district. The IEP is a
Legal
document that ensures that the services that are required for that student, based on what's documented in that form, are provided. And here's the statistic that for last school year. Over 63% of parents that surveyed and responded said that their children's services as documented in the IEP were not
being provided.
63%.
Oh, wow.
And we're talking,
More than
we're
half,
talking
like-
hundreds of parents who responded.
And
to
actually,
the
it's
survey.
more than 63%.
Oh, I'm sure.
That we serve
That the
parents.
response. Yeah, yeah.
That's a
That's
snapshot.
yes, absolutely
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Snapshot.
yeah.
So
yeah.
can I just get to my questions real quick before I forget?
Listen,
Yeah,
Sassy,
go
you
ahead.
go right on
So
ahead.
the other question would be, right? Because I'm not just a basketball player and a
Yes,
DJ.
you everything.
Right.
DJ.
Yeah.
So the other question or the other challenge would be, there are students that are placed in classrooms, and in this classrooms there are multiple disabilities, and you know that that's not the way it should be.
That's not the least restrictive environment for any of them.
For example, I'm gonna give you an example. You got BD mixed with autism spectrum children, SLD children, LMD children, all in one setting.
Yeah.
With 17 to 20 students with no aid.
Oh, now you know that something like that is really a dangerous scenario. It's dangerous, I guess, for in a number of ways, whether that's emotionally,
For the students, for the
physically,
teacher.
it could be, and it's just not a conducive environment for those kids to succeed.
Yeah.
And so for things like that, it just like it makes my blood boil.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, which is why, like, we don't stop at Newark Public Schools. We go to Trenton, Washington, D.C., like, you name it. I show up and I have some statement here.
Wow.
There's a testimony, and there's everything. Now we come back and we really try to come to the table with the people that are in charge to say, well, hey, we understand that this is the place where we're at. Let's be honest and say where we're at, and then let's work to get this right.
Absolutely.
Because the standards just can't be low. Like, what you're doing is you're abusing students.
Absolutely. That's the
It's
key.
abuse.
Yep.
And so it's
Yep.
not, these are not your children, and let's not just say they're babies, because they're students. They should have access to their education.
But you're doing
That's
more
the law.
harm than good.
More harm than
Absolutely.
good.
Right.
And the expectation for that student should be high always.
Opposed
It should be
to
a
just,
moving
let me
target.
just, this.
Absolutely.
And
But
yeah,
the
go
other
ahead.
piece is you can't expect that the students, let's say in this particular setting, are on an 8th grade level.
Right.
When you have certain kids on the spectrum, you got BD students.
Everybody's on a different level.
Everybody's on a different level.
Yeah.
But they're age appropriate in the right
Right.
grade.
Yeah.
But everybody is not on an 8th grade level. So you can't expect for them to be taught 8th grade, whatever it is, when in fact you have some that are on the 2nd grade level, the 3rd grade. I can't teach you scientific notation when you don't know simple addition and subtraction.
Right.
Right. Absolutely.
I can't expect you to answer questions that have to do with exponents, right? When you haven't learned your timetables yet.
Right.
Right. So my last inquiry and or challenge to you would be students who have IEPs, especially those not dealing with cognitive levels, but emotions and behaviors. When they are being themselves and they encounter staff members and administration thinks it's okay to physically deal with them, haven't read an IEP, don't know if they have an IEP,
right.
But yet in fact you are physically dealing with a student, most times males, right? But you have not consulted the special needs personnel in your building. You have not tried to get to the underlying issue, but yet you want to use physical force, but come to find out the student is ED.
Well, I would say, because I don't work in a school, and CPAC has a Facebook page, we have a website, we do get emails and phone calls to our line that we have with anonymous reports, because we are a reporting entity.
So I think that one of the questions moving forward should ask parents about
my phone's dying.
Physical contact with their children in school with any adult, right? Especially when the adults in the building have not tried to even find out if the student has an IEP or not. Because I think today in education, I think that is really important. That should be the first question.
But you know it happens, right?
Well, so there's a couple of things that are happening, right? So there's legislation that's being passed and enforced today where there's restraints that can be utilized legally so that a child who is
it's called handle with care.
Handle with care.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, I know you're not. And then you have the other side of it where unlawful
treatment.
They
don't follow that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so, one of the problems that exists, and we acknowledge it, and we also reported on that, is that not everyone's aware of what that student's needs are. Not everyone's aware that they even have an IEP or what the contents of the IEP are.
Exactly.
And as a result, their response is to what they recognize and are familiar with, and that is a behavior issue.
You labeled it bad, and then instead of overly,
Now they're already breaking the law because the physical contact should not have happened in the first place.
Right.
But the response also comes from their ignorance to the fact that this student has a special need or a certain set of special needs.
Especially when you have a very high special needs population in your building.
Absolutely.
That should be the first question.
So one of the things we're pushing for, and the district has acknowledged and has made certain agreements and concessions to help in that push, is for inclusion. Okay. Special needs, special education, is not a location. In many cases, as we probably have been familiar,
I was about to say,
there was
for a child,
but there was a classroom set aside. For
we walk past it all the time, and they were. We know that was their area. That was their area.
Used to have them in the basement, house them in the basement.
No windows, no fans.
It was the old building. It was the old
for us.
The old building.
Yes, for us.
Yep. We use terms remedial and other things.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Okay.
And we have to change with those times. Special education is not a location, set of services and programs that should be rendered to a student who needs them.
Right. Yeah.
So
and should be upheld in accordance with their IEP so that they can effectively access the education that they are deserving of.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, the move should be toward inclusion so that the overpopulation is not localized or centralized in one building or one part of a building. The goal should be inclusion. Even if a child is placed into what we call today a self-contained classroom, right, where everyone in there is special.
That's where they stay the entire time.
Because who's modeling the appropriate
behavior?
But who said that? Like, that's what I'm saying.
The goal is always supposed to be to get them out.
Right.
So that should be a transition. But when it's changed from the treatment of a transition to a place of permanence, then you have essentially given that child a dead end to their education.
They're not being taught, and then every person,
Into the
every
mic.
child around the child, sorry guys, is also has a disability, so that child is being limited of what they're, coming in contact with.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so there's a long list of things that we have to work on, and
what do we do?
The
Exactly.
Right.
What do we do? What do we do?
What can we do here?
Well, we need parent involvement.
Okay.
We also need to hold people accountable when we issue these reports and we get lack of response. Parent involvement comes by way of announcements, advertising, getting them aware. It's unfortunate, but one of the questions we asked in our survey is, did your school or administrators make you aware of the CPAC?
No, they don't.
And overwhelmingly, the answer
No,
is
they
no.
don't. No, they don't.
Now, the
It's a big
district has,
secret.
the district has community engagement liaisons that
Yes,
are
they do.
responsible for getting this information in front of parents so they can get involved in this group.
Okay.
Now,
We're supporting
They
parents,
do not.
but most of the parents
Don't
don't
know that you exist.
We're here
Yeah.
to support, we're supporting each other because we're parents.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't get a paycheck. So
Right.
They don't know that you exist.
Right.
Wow.
So you just need support.
Yeah.
You need support.
If you put the word out, the more people that know, the
The
better.
better.
Because the more, like today, I got a call. I was at work, and it was a community engagement manager or whoever he was from Spencer Miller, and I was like happy to hear from him, and I let him know. I'm like, because he thought that we were on the payroll. Because we do, we operate our group very professionally, and so anyone that sees what we're doing, they think, oh, they're getting paid,
And it's like, no.
No, we don't.
Right.
And so he's like, oh, I want you guys to do an info session at my school. I said, well, last year we were doing info sessions as much as possible, but this year, like all of our parent leadership group, we're all working, and so it's gonna be a little harder. I said the best thing to come to the monthly meetings. I mean, monthly meetings are the best place for a parent or professional to be, because when parents show up there, they have a camaraderie.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Also, the issues that they have, those issues are going to go away because the administrators are at the meeting and they see, oh, this person's engaged. They're likely to fix your issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you need a lot more support.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
So, the turnout has been quite positive, and it's been trending in the right direction.
Okay.
Right. But we want that to grow exponentially. I'm still in DJ Sassy's words. So we need that to happen so that we can have a greater impact in the district. In addition to that, you stated something about, what did you just say?
I want you to talk about, because there's a.
Well, I just wanted to read what Dr. Hardy was saying. First, shout out to Dr. Hardy, Dr. Cheryl Hardy, who was actually on the show just as of last week when we were talking about
mental health,
illness and grief and depression. But she's watching the show right now. So she says, when a parent shows up, the educational atmosphere for your changes. So I'm assuming within your meetings, it is the same, has the same effect. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Go
ahead. You were about to say.
So that point has flown, right? That's okay. I definitely have more. I mean, as Info said, yes, we do operate very professionally. I was going to say subscript with regards to the monthly meetings.
Okay.
We don't just have the monthly parent and professional meeting where we engage them and give them information, and we get information from them or feedback about their experiences. But we also have a monthly brunch with Newark CPAC, and that is. It serves to give parents and caregivers some respite, right?
Wow,
some
yes.
reprieve. But it also, we utilize it to give them information, empower them with data and knowledge so that they can be effective advocates. No one's going to be a better advocate for your child than you.
Yeah.
No matter how much you pay them.
Yeah.
Now, they might render your decisions on your behalf and act with power of attorney and get the job done. But without your voice, they will be nothing. And so that's why parents are important. That's why we have to get this information in front of them, make sure that they not only get the info and they see the info, but that they retain it. We drill them. We have presenters come from all around the country. Last year, in fact, we had Dr.
Kuma Play
come. She spoke about a very important topic with regards to autism, about how it's related to diet. You know, so
and
oftentimes
how there's some treatment that could have positive, you know,
effects
based on your diet.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And-
Oh God, I would be so interested in hearing.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So overwhelmingly, the number of students who are diagnosed as autistic have a challenge with their digestion. And so the content that is within them that needs to come out is still remaining within them. There's certain ingredients in foods and certain things that they pick up even from around the house that don't necessarily leave the body as often as it should. And as a result, many of the symptoms that they have, they grow and they remain in a much longer capacity.
So then, I'm gonna use the school as an example. JFK, which is an all special needs school, and if you notice, most special needs schools are named after John F. Kennedy, and that's because one of the Kennedy daughters was cognitively impaired.
I remember.
And so until they accepted it, and that's when the push.
But they didn't initially, though.
Initially, they did not accept it.
Yes.
Right.
Right. They wanted to hide it.
Hide it. Yep.
And back then they called it uneducable. I think that's how you say it. Right. She was uneducable. Wow. And then as we move forward, it changed to cognitively impaired.
Right. Yes.
But the family did not accept it. And so over time.
And they hid her.
They hid her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then over time, after they began to learn, right, and they unveiled it to the United States, because at the time they were in power. That's when the push came for IDEA.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Right. That's when the push came.
Yep.
And if you look around from state to state, a lot of the special needs schools are called John F. Kennedy.
Yep.
Now, so we have one in Newark. So two things. Might be a place where you want to go and
I visited a couple times.
right,
last year.
because their parents need a lot of support.
Yeah.
And the other piece is, if my thought didn't fly away with yours, is that what's I gonna say? We might have to come back to it.
Okay, that's all right.
I was gonna say, as you were talking about mental health, that's another one of our babies that we
Yes, I do know that.
tend
Yeah,
to
yeah.
educate
It's
on
all connected.
and support
Yes.
and advocate for and things like that. And so that's another reason why we tend to like hug our parents more so, like mentally we give them big hugs.
Yes.
Because having a child with a disability or a condition, it's very taxing.
Right.
And so if we want them to feel at home when they are with us, we eat, we laugh, you know, we ask you hard questions, we let you say what's on your mind.
Yeah.
You know, and
Because
so
they
that's
probably
the
aren't
atmosphere
able
that
to
we
To do that. To do that.
Have
And
that
there's
release.
frustration. There's buildup and frustration.
And oftentimes they're not around people who understand.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got it now.
Oh, okay, Sassy.
Go.
ahead.
All right.
So my suggestion was going to be that since the doctor was explaining the link between the diet and autism, then might it be wise to start to move in a direction where the menu in the schools reflect what the students need?
Yeah.
DJ Sass.
Right? If that's important, right? And the research has been done.
Yep.
Which your diet is important, period.
Yeah,
anyway,
it is.
And we all know that cafeteria food sucks.
Yep.
But not only that, but you're saying, because let's talk about
Because you're more susceptible
right.
to those.
But let's talk about honestly where we are. There's a lot of poverty stricken people. There's a lot of people that
It's an underserved district.
Yes, right.
So, yeah.
So my thing is too, like sometimes even at home they're not able to provide
right
a proper meal.
a proper
Right.
meal and everything like that. So yes, you know,
So in effect, there's numerous students are
right.
malnourished.
Right.
Numerous
That's my
adults are
point, because
malnourished.
yes. So that's my point. So that should be something also
Absolutely.
to look into
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. And so, when we talk about the school climate program, some of those things we're recommending get addressed through that program. Whether it's ensuring that they have greater access to food or nutritional food.
Yeah.
So it's important because, if a student already faces the challenge of autism and their diet doesn't reflect the
proper
nutrients that they're already missing.
Right.
And it's also replenishing the components that they should not have.
Right.
Then
we're failing the students.
It's a failing, exactly.
Wow.
And that scenario is just a cycle of devastation.
That's also when you're doing the RAP model, the family RAP model.
Yes.
You would ask questions like, well, what did you have to eat yesterday?
Right.
Or things like that, because you need to deal with the whole child.
Absolutely.
Not just the child's, intellect or whatever. You need to deal with the whole child.
Yeah.
And it's just like Maslow's theory of what's it called?
Yeah. And understand that habits are hard to break, but we got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I try to be as transparent. We try to be as transparent. So everybody pretty much that knows me knew that I was in foster care as a kid, and taken away from my mom at a young age, and we had emotional issues. There's a time that we moved to Plainfield, and I did not speak. Now I did not speak in the classroom or around people. I spoke at home.
Right.
And so they actually put, and this is again going back to the 80s. They actually put me and my siblings all in the same class.
Wow.
We are 11 months apart. All of us are 11 months apart. They put us all in the same class.
Wow.
And I remember feeling low. I remember telling my mother, like, I'm going to get out of this special ed. And because my mom came to me and said, Basima, they think, something's wrong with you. You have to talk. Yeah. And my thing was, I talk a mile a minute now, right? You would never know. But so they did put us in there. They did put us all together. We were labeled or with IEPs like emotionally disturbed. That was back in the day. And I wind up, and it's funny because today I learned something from you guys too. It is not that I wasn't smart, because you guys know, like, I graduated on top, and not only that, you know what I mean, I wasn't gifted and talented. Right. So it wasn't my issue is that I just didn't talk.
Right.
And I just didn't talk to you guys.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like my siblings, and I think they did put us in the same class to see how we interact with each other, because as long as they were around, then I would talk.
Okay.
And we would interact, and we were so close together, and we honestly do this now. We actually go. We could be at any event.
There's a huddle.
It's a huddle.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, where they at? And we're all four together. We just are like that.
Yeah.
But I just say that I learned something today just through because like I said, we were labeled certain things. I did get out of, special ed. My brother did stay in there because he was still, emotionally disturbed. They tried to put him on medication, which to me, it was like, Ritalin back then.
Right.
So they tried to, and they kind of we all came out. He stayed in. And went to I believe it was Lincoln in Plainfield, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Lincoln. And there's a lot of things I'll say that even back then in the 80s and 90s they failed.
Oh yeah.
Because again, you guys have advocates and things like that now. It definitely was not like that back in the day.
Right.
So I just wanted to be transparent and tell you my story. Like now I get it, because when you say gifted and when you use positive things, I remember feeling like I got to get out of here because I thought it was something bad as a kid.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And understand that sometimes some of the things that students or people encounter that they have absolutely no control over changes them.
Yes.
Right.
And they go into a space.
Trauma.
We had a lot, and that's what I'm saying. I had a lot of trauma growing up.
TBI.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I might have had this conversation with someone else. Traumatic brain injury is not limited to, I hit my head really hard.
Absolutely.
It is a traumatic experience that lives with you forever.
Yes. Yes.
And for some people, it changes them.
Absolutely.
But it does not mean that they cannot come out of it and recover.
Right.
And grow from it.
Right.
And each individual is different. And so their time in which they grow and learn is different.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And key word, learning differently.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Because
Absolutely.
every child can learn.
Right.
But
And
just
everyone learns differently.
Absolutely.
Right.
So we have a full conversation going on in our chat right now between Dr. Hardy and a few of our parents here. So we have Jessica Muhammad is saying, yes, Plainfield has a good IEP involvement up to the high school. It's good. It's better at the high. As an advocate for my daughter, if I was actively involved and raised my daughter the way she was raised, then she could have lost her support.
Right.
Katrina is saying the older they get, the more you have to fight. Dr. Hardy was she was responding. She said trauma does not leave. We just learn to adjust.
Right.
But she also said previously that you have to address the trauma in order to
Absolutely.
the underlying trauma in order to-
Absolutely.
The situation. So.
Because it will be an impediment
Mhm.
to
It
accessing
lingers.
education.
Yeah.
And that's the whole key, is that access.
so
Yeah.
most of those
Education can be
kids-
made available, but if that student is not enabled to access it, then it's just in front of them and they can't gain anything.
And they're just moving along, like just
Yeah.
Right, and
exactly.
so the kids that are classified with EBD and in those
Mhm.
classifications, they have to have their trauma that they experience addressed.
Yes.
That's where the
Or there's
counseling
no
comes
home.
in.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where the services
Yes.
that they're referring to that they're not getting.
Right.
Exactly, because they're not getting
Right.
therapeutic.
But we
Right.
have to. We have to make them know that they've got to do the therapy, because whatever.
Right.
I just want to say, in our culture, we were like, no, they okay, they don't need the counseling. And then my mother did that to us.
We discussed
Like
that
all
last
that,
week.
I have emotional
Yeah.
issues. You that I don't talk, and you're like, no, we're good.
And
We're
that's
gonna.
exactly what I wanted to address.
Yes.
Right?
Let's
Because
hide it.
There is a stigma that exists primarily in our community.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
there's already disproportionality in special education
Right.
in the fact that the response is much different with our students than
Yeah.
you would see elsewhere.
Right.
The placement is oftentimes different. The enforcement of IEPs
Yes.
is oftentimes different. But when we talk about the trauma that exists, and then there still be a stigma that's attached to it, oftentimes parents don't accept that there is an issue or there is a challenge, and as a result, they don't go and get an IEP, or
Right.
they don't go and
Yeah.
accept
Ask for the help.
whatever expert help is available.
Yeah.
And so people need to understand that the IEP can protect them.
Yeah.
The IEP is what
And your
says-
child.
and your
And
child,
your child.
and that's primarily who I'm referring to.
Right.
now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
yeah.
parent,
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
they have rights as parents, but the students' rights are take precedent, in my opinion. And so if an IEP is made available and you choose not to use it or to even uphold it, then what you're saying is, no, I know that you have all these services available. I don't want them. I know you can help my child. I choose not to have him
But
help.
somebody's
let him suffer in silence.
Some people are scared of IEPs.
Absolutely.
Let's just be real. Some people, and rightfully
because
so.
They see a lot of
Yeah.
negative
Right.
things
Yeah.
happening
Yeah.
based on your child being
You
placed
know.
somewhere.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely.
Listen, unfortunately, we are coming to the end of our show already. I know, already.
I know, right?
So much information and so much going on here. I just want you guys to just tell everybody how they can reach you,
Yes.
because what you guys are doing and the work that you guys are doing is immensely it's necessary.
Yeah.
It's important, and it's definitely something that is needed. And of course, this is not just a Plainfield thing. This is not just a Newark thing.
Right.
This is needed all over. So tell everybody how they can reach you guys.
So we are reachable on Facebook at Newark CPAC, NEWARKSEPAC.
Say that one more time.
So we can
I'm putting
type
it in the chat.
Awesome. At Newark CPAC, SEPAC. Our website is www.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And yep, that's right. As far as
That's
I
right.
get.
Okay.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get LASIK for nothing.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's why you don't wear glasses.
No more glasses. That's right. You remember those days.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also are reachable on our website at www.newarkcpac.org. And the org is important because I don't know where that's going to take you.
Yeah.
I tried to buy both just to make sure
Mm-hmm.
we had coverage, right?
Okay.
Our phone number is 973-737-2900.
Okay. I won't put that in there. I'll just let them go to the site and they can get that.
Awesome. And we're on Instagram. She handles that, although
yes.
she doesn't know what that is. I'm the Chief Public Affairs Officer. She chose to do that. And just so everyone knows who we are, Anfo Muhammad is the President, Executive Director of Newark CPAC.
Okay.
I'm the Chief Public Affairs Officer. And together, I mean, we do have 2 other parent leaders who are not present today.
Okay.
Our Treasurer, Kenila Anderson, and our Developmental and Community Director, Jewel Marie Rodriguez. So we missed them both, but they could not be here on tonight.
Okay.
But certainly they, I think, are well represented.
And they're doing the work. Right,
and they're doing the work.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
So that's how you do, Jessica.
This was great.
We'll have to do another show on, how you guys organize this and manage this and the work that you guys are doing as a married couple and how you're able to just do all of that together.
Yes.
That is a whole nother
That's
show.
a whole show.
That's a whole other book.
We need you. Yes.
You said that's a book?
That's a book.
Yeah.
Let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
So we as people, we go to the doctor for, we go to our regular doctor, right?
Absolutely.
Our regular MD. Ladies, we go to
Female doctor,
gynecologist,
yeah.
right? The fellas go to I think it's called the urologist.
They never go, but I know.
They never go. He probably didn't even know what the name of it was till I just told him. It's a urologist. The guys never go.
No.
But keep in mind, while we try to take care of our temple, our bodies, we got to take care of our minds.
Absolutely.
And so there are doctors out there that cater to, and what they do is they specialize in helping you keep your mind fresh and clear and intact, so that you can get through these challenges. Because at some point in our lives, I don't think nobody's exempt from having a traumatic experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody's exempt.
Right.
Now, when this experience takes place is different for everyone.
Right.
But nobody's exempt.
Right.
And so we all need to be able to talk to someone
and learn how to deal with that.
To learn how to deal with it and to learn how to move forward from it, whether we be children or adults.
Right.
Yeah. So don't just take care of the body, take care of your mind.
Absolutely.
Right.
1 in 5 is a statistic.
Yeah.
Will experience a mental illness in their life.
Wow.
Right.
Somebody in this room.
Right. Queen B, any final thoughts on tonight?
I mean, I just love what you're doing. Please keep doing it. We need more of you guys in every area, not just Newark, but just in every area. Advocate. I know this is like your baby, your heart, and I appreciate you coming, and I appreciate you sharing with us, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is 2018, and some things have changed, and we need more changes, of course, and I know that. But please keep doing what you're doing, and whatever way we can be of support in any way. This is your platform, so use it. Use it.
Thank you so much.
And look, we go way back.
Absolutely.
So
right.
With the red hat lumberjack.
What she said.
Yes.
But no, again, seriously, thank you guys for coming out tonight. And this is something that is extremely important in our community, because just like we were saying last week to Dr. Hardy, how the stigma on getting help, it's any help.
Yeah.
Help.
It's why our black men don't go to the doctor.
Right.
It's why we don't go to therapy. It's why we don't even tell someone when things are going on, because there's just a stigma with help, period, no matter what the help is. For us, it's, no, I got it. No, I can do it. No, I'm strong. That's a weakness. I don't need help. I don't need to talk to anybody. I don't need to go over here. I don't need to do anything. And that just, unfortunately, that is across the board with all of us. And because it's your children, it's, no, they're fine. No, don't touch my child. My child is fine.
Yeah,
I got it. We can do it. We'll figure it out. He'll be fine. She'll be fine. And we need more like you. We need more like you. We need more like you who care enough. We need more like you who it's not just about your child, but it's about all the children. It's about not just your story as a couple, but all of the families, all of the families who are in this struggle together to make sure that their children are okay. So again, thank you guys so much for being here today. And like Queen Bee said, anytime you need to come here, if you just need to run in and say, hey, We're having an
Say
event. Do this.
Yeah.
Just come on in and do
Yeah,
it. We are here.
please.
That is what we are here
please.
for. We thank you guys for being here with us today. To everybody who watches us every single week, we thank you guys so much for watching. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. Whether you watch on WBKS1.com, if you're watching on Facebook, watching on Instagram, watching on YouTube, or listening to us on the TuneIn app, we thank you guys so much.
Thank
we thank
you
you
so
guys for
much.
watching, and we thank you guys for listening. And DJ Sassy, we love having you in the building because we missed
As
you.
always.
You were not here, and we missed you,
Yes.
but we love the fact that you're back.
And this was a perfect show for you to be here.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. For
Listen,
you.
I ain't too proud.
Yeah.
I need a job. Anybody hiring out
You
there?
know what? You know
I'll
what?
be educated.
You know what, DJ Sassy, on that note, take us away.
Take us
you
away.
Go right
All
on
right.
ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Bye-bye.
It's that time, y'all. Time to tune in to the #1 station in the land, WBKS1.com. Only women wear high heels.
Pick it up, rude. Baby girl, watch how you move. I got them vests on my shoes.
With your host, the one and only Chanel, and the Queen Bee.
Like it's stir fry.
Don't forget your girlfriend's favorite DJ,
In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry.
the one and only DJ Sassy.
Woo-hoo, yeah.
There ain't no man inside.